Yo, what is going on, you guys? It is your boy IcePop here, finally able to bring you guys some Destiny 2 beta of the brand new Sentinel Titan. Now, this super is unique to us Titans because our former Void subclass was very defensive based, where basically you popped a bubble for all your teammates, you all kind of stuck toward it and didn't press forward too much, and if you did, you eventually want to come back to the bubble and get some of those benefits, whether that be Blessing or Weapons of Light. We're now in this game with the Sentinel. It's totally offensive. You can use it defensively because there is the guard option. However, the subclass really emphasizes on offensive abilities, such as whenever you get a melee kill with the awesome maneuvers you do, similar to the shield and vaults of glass. Whenever you land a kill, which is one hit on the enemy guardian, you will instantly start regenerating your health. So they really push for you to be a very aggressive player when you use this subclass. And I think that's great because Titans, I always thought of them as being up close and quarters, very tanky so to speak. And I think the Sentinel does a great job at that. And with that being said, the subclass is great. I don't think it's as overpowered as people thought it would be. However, it is definitely not a letdown. I think it is very strong, both offensive and defensive, and it'll play a huge role when people come together for activities such as raids, and then in strikes as well, where it can make orbs. But I think for sure in raids, there's a lot of abilities I'll show at the end of the video, the skill tree, so you can see what perks are. You can read them for yourself, figure out what you want to use in what scenario. I think both paths are really good. I think it depends on how you want to play. The top one, which we only had access to, seemed really good for raids and such, where if I'm going to be playing strikes in the strike playlist and play kind of solo, I'm going to want to have more selfish abilities where it helps me out. And that's what I think the second one provides. But again, that's at the very end of the video. If you've already seen it, that's fine. After my commentary, I'll be showing a little montage of stuff I had when I was playing the Sentinel today. And I think it is really fun, as I said, very aggressive. And the grenades, those are very different now. So as you may have been told, the Void Wall Grenade from the, I believe it's called the Night Stalker, that is returning, but now on the Sentinel Titan, replacing the Spike Grenade, which I never really used that grenade much myself, so I kind of am glad they changed it. However, when I used the Void Wall Grenade, the damage really wasn't there. I threw it actually in a line of enemies. Like, if you ever get the chance to play the new Strike, I'm already forgetting the name. At the very end towards the boss, there'll be like 3 harpies of Vex that I just threw my grenade wall, the Void Wall Grenade at. And it really didn't do much damage. I, overall, both in Crucible and PvE, felt as though the Suppressor Grenade was probably the best of the few. I used Magnetic Grenade a little bit in PvE, but it did about the same damage if you were accurate with the Suppressor Grenade. And then the Suppressor Grenade gave you that extra benefit of having whoever you hit be at a disability. So I'm not really sure how the grenades are right now. The suppressor, as I said, feels good. I feel like they could tweak that a little bit here and there, but overall the grenades are pretty good. The subclass, as I said, is great. And for the jumps, those are definitely different from Destiny 1. For example, Increased Control, which is a new name now, I already forget. That one does not allow you to Titan skate the way it used to. However, that is the one I use. And I feel as though if I fly horizontally to the ground, so I'm almost on the ground but I'm just skimming it, if I just activate my jump once, so it's one long duration, it'll actually allow me to go slightly faster than my teammates who are running. But then again, that could be due to me having a higher agility, or them not having a high enough agility. I'm not too sure, and it's not that huge of a deal either, so don't think Titans are going to be skating and being the fastest in Crucible. It's really not that huge of a benefit, and it's kind of risky too, especially in Crucible, because you're not with contact in the ground to make a quick turn if you need to, or you'll have to deactivate your jump, then turn, then react. So I don't think you'll be seeing it that much in Crucible, even if it is an exploit of being slightly faster, but it's not even that big of a deal. One thing I was looking forward to was the new catapult jump. And I thought that was going to be like the new form of Titan skating where it has that initial burst, where that really felt like a letdown. The initial burst of speed was definitely there. However, instead of it shooting you straight forward like I anticipated it to do, it shot you straight up. And I wasn't really looking for a very fast upward jump, and even if there was, I would use the increased height jump. So that one felt very strange, but I guess could be useful in Crucible. If there's someone like in front of you, you can jump really quick out of the way or something to kind of rival a hunter jump. Not too sure. I'll play with it more to kind of see how that works and such. However, I did like increased control the best because, again, I did have good maneuverability. Increased height definitely does give you more of a jump, but with the control, I don't feel like I was too low. I think I definitely was able to jump high enough as I needed to and wasn't truly limited. So I think for the most part, I will be sticking with increased control. But again, when the game comes out or whenever you guys have access to the beta, you will be able to feel how whatever jump you want works for you. For me, it's the increased control. But again, that's totally personal preference. Also, the Ward of Dawn bubble, I don't know if it's been mentioned in many other videos, but the only perk it provides you is Armor of Light. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with that, you have a very strong overshield within the bubble. But once you leave that bubble or Ward of Dawn, all of that extra health you gained is immediately gone, so you're exposed. So that's very good for like if you're trying to like res a teammate, or even if you're trying to hold down like the B flag or something in an objective game mode or whatever. I always like to run Blessing of Light because that made you more proactive, so you had even more health going into more scenarios. Or in Destiny 2, from what I've played, it seems a little bit unfair if Blessing of Light were a thing. However, if it were an exotic, instead of just a base you always have it no matter what, like Armor of Light, then I feel like that would kind of balance it out a little bit. But there is already an overshield bonus on the melee itself, but I feel like that'll be used more in PvE rather than PvP. And that's still fine. I think it's going to work great. It's awesome that you get to choose which one you want to use, whether the Sentinel itself, or change your mind and use it as a Ward of Dawn right off the bat. And that's just one of my favorite things about the Sentinel. It's so versatile and you have so many options and tools at your hand while you have it. I think it's going to be one of the subclasses I'll use the most, just because, again, how versatile it is. So it's really fun. I've enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this gameplay. That about wraps it up for me. Now I'm going to move on to the montage section of this video so you can see the abilities and how the subclass looks and feels for yourself. Anyways, stay tuned. My next video will be on the Arcstrider Hunter, and I'm going to do a commentary similar to this on that Arcstrider subclass. So stay tuned. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in another video.
Zone B secure. You have zone advantage. Ward like a Titan of the first pillar. Zone B B captured. Zone... Zone C lost. Enemy controls all zones. Zone A captured.